Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Dur-Red. This is their part number 42168. This is a top bracket only for the 15-inch pressure intensifier. And the purpose of this video is to show you what it looks like, dimensional properties, and give you an idea of where it's used. So the weight is 0.804 pound, so about 0.8 of a pound. Overall width, about 3 inch. The overall length of the bracket looks like it's about 6 13/16. Material thickness looks like it's about 3/16. It's going to be a zinc-coated steel-based item. So where are you going to use this? Well, where you're going to use this is on those roof hatches that were manufactured by Dur-Red, which is now owned by Activar Industries or JL Industries. I'm not sure the proper name of the top-level company. We know it as JL Industries. If you need a replacement bracket for a model that would take a 15-inch pressure intensifier, shock, lifting mechanism, helper spring, whatever term you might want to use for it, this is the part of the assembly that will allow you to attach that pressure intensifier to the underside of the lid. There would be two of these. This is the right-hand version. The left-hand version, which I'll show you in a moment, is the 42167. Allowing you to mount that pressure intensifier to the lid, and then it goes down to the side wall where there'd be a boot that would catch it there. The 15-inch pressure intensifiers are different from the 9-inch pressure intensifiers in the sense that one is clearly not 9-inch and one is clearly not 15-inch. They're simply longer because the units are going to be larger units that they'll be installed on. Now the problem is, with the parts drawing that's available now from JL Industries, it's not clear what models they're used on, which is typical for the roof hatch industry. The company Dur-Red was a multi-generational family business. There was a very helpful gentleman there by the name of Dave who sold the business to JL Industries or Activar, and he was extremely valuable. He's moved on. He's extremely valuable, was extremely valuable in the sense that he was exceptionally knowledgeable about not only how his product line worked, obviously, what parts it would take, but I could send him photos of an unknown roof hatch, and if anyone would know whose it is, it would have been Dave from Dur-Red. So he was able to help us not only promote the continual safe operation of his family's installed product line, but he would also help the greater roof hatch industry in general, even when it wasn't a Dur-Red product, to achieve the same goal. Let's switch to the screen view and we'll take a closer look at the supporting information. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. You'll have to pardon me, but the value in this video is to show you what this item is, because you're likely standing on a roof staring at one, or you were and you took lots of photos. But this is what that bracket looks like. This is what it would look like when it's installed. It's a right hand because when you're facing the lid, which I'll show you in a moment, it's on the right side. Just different perspectives. Right side view, elevation view, plan view. Now here's the parts drawing that's linked to down below. The 42168 is part number 3. Part number 3 is here. Part number 3 is also here. So it's showing it upside down. If you flipped it over, it would, part 2 and 3, in my estimation, they very likely have those. Well, it's hard to say what is what, but nonetheless, if this is part 3, then it's shown upside down. It needs to be rotated, and it should have been rotated. In fact, I would have rotated both of these 180 degree and shown it from a right side perspective is how I would have shown that. Doesn't matter. They're the experts. I'm not. But this is the bracket here. The item in my photo and the one that you're looking at. The value of this parts drawing is you can see the other possible parts that you would need that would make up a 15-inch pressure intensifier, as it would need to be installed to the underside of the lid. And what's very interesting about roof hatch parts is they do get uninstalled, destroyed, or damaged throughout the life cycle of the roof hatch. So it's not uncommon to need, it's very common to need lifting mechanisms, or pressure intensifiers as Dur-Red called them. But it's not uncommon to need these extra parts too. Let's switch to the website here and let me show you the manufacturer's information, or at least what we do have. From anywhere in the site, you can type in DUR-RED, and you can get to any product and then click on the manufacturer's page. Yeah, actually, unintentionally, this image here does show a 15-inch pressure intensifier, except that the bracket design had clearly changed. Or this is probably a 42167, the left-hand version, and this might have been a U-shaped bracket here. Oh, I can see there's double shocks here, so they would have had a modified look on there. Okay, let's back to where we were. The manufacturer's link is here, and from here you can view not only all of the Dur-Red products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, but also a link to the manufacturer's website. We do have a link to their gallery, and this is where we will toss random photos. 15-inch PIs, most likely 15-inch. Double, you know, and the 42168 is shown as a single installation. And that's you know it's a 9-inch pressure intensifier. Actually, the tip is because the bracket is different. That's the tip-off, that you're dealing with a 9-inch. This is, I believe, a much older model of a Dur-Red unit. They're all older models, I think, but one that absolutely predates. Just scrolling through here to find an image that is actually of help. So that's clearly a 9-inch, and I say clearly because it's clearly shorter than the one we're looking at. Shorter, and there's no question the 15-inch pressure intensifiers are far less common than the 9-inch. So clearly 15-inch because of those brackets and the two holes that are there, but again, double units. Okay, so on the manufacturer's page, the point of all of this is there is a link to the manufacturer's catalog, or the catalog as it existed the last time one was made. Here's the most recent catalog, which is 15 years old by this time. And what year this is from, 2007 is what we have it listed, but this has likely not changed very much in several decades, would be my guess. You know, spring rate, things of that nature, the weight of a lid, roof hatch design in general probably isn't going to evolve very much for a great period of time, but where it's evolved recently has been when code has changed for fire-rated applications and the need of LEED mandates where you're building green buildings, things of that nature. So roof hatch design has certainly changed in the last recent decade, I suppose, but historically it probably hadn't changed very much, would be my guess. So this catalog is here. It'll allow you to see what Dur-Red was manufacturing. There is also the Technical Drawings Master Index. This is basically us taking every drawing we could find on the manufacturer's catalog and putting it into a single document just for review. When you're doing some research, it's awfully handy to have documentation. I'm going to guess that that's an older version of a 9-inch. Yeah, this is all there is to it. They're not making any more of these catalogs. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. So the important thing to know is if you have a roof hatch that's stamped Dur-Red, embossed, I think would be a better term, reach out to us. If you need parts for it and it's not obvious what you need, take pictures, reach out to us, send those to us. We'll work with the manufacturer to determine what it is you need, because what you want to do is restore it back to safe operating condition. You could be 6 feet in the air, or you can be 60 feet in the air, and you need to have a safe operating scenario, and having lifting mechanisms that are properly rated for spring rate compared to the weight of the lid, so that you have controlled action over the lowering and the operation of the lid, The opening and closing action is what you need to accomplish. Any questions on the 42168 right-hand bracket for their 15-inch pressure intensifier or any other Dur-Red product, I hope you'll reach out to us. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.